Patch 48, the version 1.0 launch update, September 17th, 2020. At long last, our version 1.0 launch has arrived. The true ending awaits, along with much, much more. This marks the conclusion of our development in early access, though we will be monitoring this launch closely and patching any issues that arise. To all of you who joined us during development, thank you. Highlights: the true ending. Discover what awaits Prince Zagreus at the end of his journey. New hidden aspect. Harness the unsurpassed fury of the twin fists in the aspect of an ancient god king. Extremer measures. Then you withstand the full unbridled power of the final boss. New late game unlockables. Assert your status with new decorative themes and prestigious badges. New keepsakes. Get not one, but two powerful new keepsakes. But from whom? New music. Listen for 5 stunning new tracks, rounding out 2.5 hours of original music. New artwork. New visual effects, renovated chambers, and updated animations abound. Expanded story. New narrative events with every character, and thousands of new voice lines. Achievements. Added nearly 50 achievements. Note, you may earn certain achievements once you load your game based on past progress. Fear not, it isn't possible to have played past the point where you can unlock any achievement. Ones not awarded retroactively should be reasonable to earn. Achievement Clearing Tartarus. General gameplay. Increased darkness rewards when vanquishing bosses. Increased darkness and gemstone rewards from elite encounters. You may receive a large surplus of darkness as a refund from adjusted Mirror of Night costs for Fated Authority and Fated Persuasion. Infernal arms, aspects, and abilities. Stygian Blade. Adjusted dash strike recovery and input buffering. Stygian Blade, Zagreus aspect. Now increases move speed and attack speed rather than dash distance. Heart-seeking bow. Increased attack and special damage. Reduced attack and special recovery time. Heart-seeking bow, Rama aspect. Reduced attack charge-up time. It is faster. Fixed in interaction between shared suffering effect and breaking wave, Poseidon. Twin fists, Zagreus aspect. Removed increased to attack speed. This was only affecting the first punch. Shield of Chaos, Chaos aspect. Updated behavior of bonus shields from throw special. Shield of Chaos, Zeus aspect. Increased damage radius of throw special. Twin fists hidden aspect. New. Seek Asterius to reveal it. Unlock Guan Yu and fist aspects first. Adamant Rail, Eris aspect. Increased damage bonus. Adamant Rail, Hestia aspect. Now easier to manually reload after firing. Adamant Rail, L aspect. Bombs no longer block pathing. Boons and blessings. Thunder Dash, Zeus. Improved scaling from rarity. Electric Shot, Zeus. Reduced scaling from Poms. Zeus's Aid. Reduced damage. Lightning Rod, Zeus and Artemis. Significantly increased attack range. Increased attack rate. Razor Shoals, Poseidon. Increased damage. Wave Pounding, Poseidon. Increased damage bonus. Hydraulic Might, Poseidon. Reduced damage bonus. Increased duration. Fixed when effect begins in encounters that do not start right away. Sunken Treasure, Poseidon. Fixed scaling from rarity not working correctly. Parting Shot, Athena and Aphrodite. Increased damage bonus. Merciful End, Athena and Ares. Adjusted requirements for this to be offered. Slightly reduced damage. Crush Shot, Aphrodite. Reduced scaling from Poms. Urge to Kill, Ares. Increased power level. Dire Misfortune, Ares. Improved scaling from rarity. Curse of Vengeance, Ares. Improved scaling from rarity. Blood Frenzy, Ares. Increased power level. Slicing Shot, Ares. Increased damage. Reduced rate of attack to compensate. Blade dash, Ares. Increased damage, reduced rate of attack to compensate. Vicious cycle, Ares. Increased damage to compensate for the previous changes. Freezing vortex, Ares and Demeter. Reduced penalty to damage radius. Hunter's dash, Artemis. Reduced scaling from rarity. Deadly reversal, Artemis. Adjusted requirements for this to be offered. Fully loaded, Artemis. Adjusted requirements for this to be offered. Blackout, Dionysus. Adjusted requirements for this to be offered. Demeter's Aid. Reduced scaling from Palms. Swift Strike, Hermes. Fixed an issue where this did not affect the third strike from the Stygian blade. Greater Evasion, Hermes. Reduced power level. Hyper Dash, Hermes. Reduced scaling from rarity. Bad News, Hermes. Adjusted requirements for this to be offered. Daedalus Hammer upgrades. Rending Claws. Fists, Hidden Aspect. New. Dash Upper makes foes slower and take more damage. Snap Nova, Blade. Cut from game. Replaced with Dash Nova, Blade. New. Lunge forward during your special and briefly become sturdy. Piercing Wave, Blade. Increased damage. Perfect Shot, Bow. Increased damage. Charged Volley, Bow. Increased damage. Serrated Point, Spear. Slightly increased dash distance penalty. Quake Cutter, Fists. Increased damage. Now applies boon effects. Hazard Bomb, Rail. Increased damage. Foes and encounters. Fixed Thanatos sometimes showing up too frequently in Tartarus, as a result of using infernal gates. Increased falling rubble damage to foes. Increased maximum money value earned from slaying foes in survival encounters. Increased darkness given by Sisyphus. Slightly reduced Well of Charon appearance rate. Slightly reduced Infernal Trove appearance rate. Increased resource reduction speed. Reduced damage bosses take from using deflect effects against them. Ringer. Significantly increased speed of elite version. Tisiphone. This battle now has one fewer phases. Slam Dancer. Now has a death weapon similar to the Burn Flinger. Spreader. Reduced appearance rate of elite version. Gorgon. Increased sight radius. Dracon. Increased sight radius. Skull Crusher. Adjusted hitbox of its Nova attack under the effect of Middle Management, Pact. Asphodel Barge of Death. Added alternate encounter under the effects of Middle Management, Pact. Bone Hydra. Heads can no longer be damaged as they spawn in. Flame Wheels. Reduced explosive radius. Reduced appearance rate of elite variant. Splitter. Elite variant now fires several splitting shots at once. Reduced appearance rate. Exalted Long Spear. Attack reduced to a single strike. Elite strikes 3 times successively. Soul Catcher. Increased health. The Minotaur. Whirlwind attack telegraphs more distinctly while under extreme measures. Pact. Theseus. Each Olympian's aid also imbues his spear with special properties. Theseus and the Minotaur. They have learned a new tag team maneuver once you reach a certain point. Final boss. Added variant of this battle while under extreme measures. Pact. No longer susceptible to charm effects during beam attacks. Now easier to target using mouse controls. Summoned urns also easier to target. Deflect effects now cause ranged projectiles to drop rather than destroying them. Optional boss. Fixed deflect effects causing backstab damage. Mirror of Night. Thick skin. Increased darkness cost. Fiery presence. Increased power level. Privileged status. Increased darkness cost. Abyssal blood. Fixed issues preventing this from working as described. Dark foresight. Fixed issues that made this less effective than described. Fated authority. Reduced max rank. Significantly reduced cost. Invested darkness will be refunded. Fated persuasion. Significantly reduced cost. Invested darkness will be refunded. Keepsakes. Added not one, but 2 new keepsakes to discover. Companion Fidi, Dusa. Increased duration before summoned companion departs. Companion Shady, Sisyphus. Removed variance in dropped rewards. Pact of Punishment. Extreme Measures. Increased heat for 3rd rank. Added 4th rank. Requires a certain contractor item. Benefits package. Capped Savior perk invulnerability rate. Reduced spawns from Popper perk. Tight deadline. Your time no longer resets between regions. Clearing regions adds more time. House Contractor. Adjusted costs of various items. Costs are lower for the most part. Codex Index. New. Lets you view each Olympian's boon list while browsing the codex or choosing boons. Vanquisher's Keep. New. Earn bonus gemstones from vanquishing underworld bosses. Extremer Measures. New. Unlock this brutal variant of the final boss once you reach a certain point. Decorative Themes. New. Revealed in the late game, these 6 different themes alter the look of the UI. Once purchased, you can now deactivate Shortcut Great Hall. Resources Director. New. Revealed in the late game, this shade lets you trade excess resources for a fancy badge. These are cosmetic decorations for your life total UI. Fated List of Minor Prophecies. The Reluctant Musician. New. Release Orpheus from solitary confinement, if you haven't already met him. Power without equal. Discover all legendary boons. The Godlike King. New. Bring the fist's hidden aspect to the surface. FR. New. Complete the epilogue of the story. Increased gemstone rewards for many prophecies. Slightly reduced rewards for fulfilling the prophecy for each hidden aspect. Permanent record and security log. The permanent record now shows clears, best time, and best heat for everything. You now can press and hold to rapidly scroll through security log escape attempts. Level design and environments. Added a new environment related to the true ending. You now can enter the locked chamber in the House of Hades, under certain conditions. Adjusted camera height in some chambers. Fixed Zagreus appearing at incorrect scale in several chambers. Other minor fixes and improvements to various chambers. Art and visual effects. Updated main menu art, animations, and logo. Updated Zagreus animation when jumping down at the start of an escape attempt. Updated Zagreus animation when he is defeated. Updated several Zagreus animations using the Stygian blade. Updated textures and animations for Lord Hades while toiling in the house. Updated Orpheus character model, specifically his lyre. Updated artwork in inter-region chambers. Updated artwork in an early chamber in Tartarus, as well as the opening chamber. Updated artwork in the fountain chamber in Elysium. Updated artwork in the Asphodel Barge of Death. Updated textures for various foes in Tartarus. Updated firing effects for witches. Updated death animation for Wretched Sneak. Updated Bone Hydra neck and base art and visual effects. Updated look of Wave Maker projectiles and similar effects. Updated Dracon visual effects while burrowing. Updated textures for satyrs. Updated Tiny Vermin death presentation. Updated Final Boss visual effects. Updated visual effect when Achilles and Orpheus leave the scene in certain events. Updated on-hit animations for Exalted. Updated Theseus pre-fight animations. Updated visual effect for fishing points, making them easier to spot. Updated visual effects on flame wheels. Updated phase-in animation for Megagorgon. Updated visual effects for punishing sweep effect using spear, Hades aspect. Updated icon for bone hourglass, Charon. Updated visual effects for bonus shields using shield, chaos aspect. Updated visual effects for magnetic curse using fists, Talos aspect. Added visual effect when foes are struck by charm effects. Added visual effects for power shot style abilities granted by dataless hammers. Added visual effect for when foes' projectiles are hit using deflect effects. Added visual effect for billowing strength, Zeus. Added distinct effects for broken spear point, Fallen Warrior, and divine protection, Athena. Added distinct visuals to locked exits in inter-region chambers. Minor updates to several images in the codex. Many other visual fixes and improvements. Menus and UI. Updated look of floating text messages in most in-game contexts. Updated look of the controls screen. Updated look of timer while using tight deadline, packed. Updated look of sidebar art while playing in ultra-wide resolutions. Updated icons in the biomap travel sequence. Updated presentation when maxing out a talent in the Mirror of Night. Updated presentation when entering the Temple of Styx main hall for the first time. Updated look of damage preview using the railed Bombard special. Updated look of various button prompts. Slightly increased text sizes in various contexts for improved readability. Improved menu navigation using controller input. Opening the codex no longer requires pressing and holding the command. Version number no longer appears on screen during gameplay, only in the main menu. Various fixes to Bloodstone ammo indicators using Aspect of Hera and Aspect of Beowulf. Unified look of Side Hustle, Hermes, and Golden Touch, Mirror text. Fixed various formatting and text spillover issues in some languages. Other minor fixes, changes, and improvements. Music and SFX. Added 5 new music tracks. Listen for them in Asphodel, Elysium, and beyond. Added sound effects for Fist's hidden aspect. Added sound effects for Rare Crop, Demeter, activating. Updated sound effects for various final boss attacks. Reverb in the House of Hades gradually dampens as you fill the place with House Contractor items. Weapon charge-up sounds pitch faster or slower based on the charge duration. Updated ambient sounds on the Asphodel Barge of Death. Updated combat emotes for the Minotaur. Updated sound effects on explosive upgrades from dataless hammers. Updated sound effects for Voidstone Invulnerability Pulse. Updated sound effects entering Chaos Gates. Updated impact sounds using Electric Shot, Zeus, and Shield, Zeus Aspect. Updated sound effects when fulfilling prophecies related to hidden aspects. Updated footstep sound effects while walking on various rugs. Other minor changes, fixes, and mix improvements. Voice and narrative. Added one last new character to meet. Added many new narrative events, with some for every character, with more than 3,000 new voice lines. Added many new Zagreus voice lines to various contexts for additional variety. Added Zagreus voice lines to some contexts, e.g., seeing a kiss of Styx you can't afford in a well of Charon. Added codex entries for Zagreus, a new location, and more. Added new remembrance sequences, when Lord Hades appears at the start of some escape attempts. Added a number of new inspect points to various locations. Added alternate portraits for a couple of characters. Updated requirements and priority for various character subplots. These should advance more reliably. Updated requirements and other minor changes and improvements to various narrative events. Fixed Theseus and the Minotaur sometimes lamenting one another's demise while already dead. Updated various older voice lines. The second flashback sequence can now occur several escape attempts earlier. Lord Hades will eventually take a brief recess from judging shades, then begin again. You now can listen to many conversations between other characters from farther away. Sometimes Hypnos will be awake and ready to greet you as per his job description. The wretched broker and Megara react to being the featured house servant. Added several missing subtitles. Fixes and tuning to various contextual voice events. Miscellaneous. Integrated additional technical optimizations that should improve performance for some players. All text should be fully translated in all languages. To our vigilant community translators, thank you. Removed development roadmap, now that we have exited early access and launched version 1.0. Added support for cloud saves, Epic Game Store version. Added stickers for each character to the keepsake screen once you have forged a bond with them. Added objective hints for revealing weapon aspects for the first time. Updated presentation when unlocking a character's affinity gauge. Updated presentation when forging bonds with each character. Updated presentation when revealing weapon aspects for the first time. Updated ordering of keepsakes in the keepsake screen, now that all of them are implemented. Updated text position during Death Defiance presentation. Clarified text on boons and upgrades that affect base damage, as opposed to adding damage bonuses. Adjusted size of Bone Raker relative to other Bloodless. You now can select the mouse wheel when remapping controls. The sound effect for fishing points plays slightly sooner after encounters. Slightly reduced frequency of crowd reactions in the final chamber in Elysium. The featured House Servant board in the House of Hades starts off looking bare bones. The supportive shade in the final chamber in Elysium now emotes when addressed by Zacharias. Removed occasional perfect landing text when beginning escape attempts. Added more variety to messages when circumventing Cerberus in the Temple of Styx. In the House Contractor, a message appears under Court Music before it's available. Zagreus will not appear to take damage while entering a Chaos Gate with the Cosmic Egg, Chaos. Updated several new victory screen commendations. Updated credits. Various text fixes, updates, and clarifications. Bug fixes. Fixed various issues with environment art layering incorrectly. Fixed subplot between Achilles and the Fallen Warrior, sometimes not advancing correctly. Fixed voice lines not playing when opening the codex entry for the Fallen Warrior for the first time. Fixed golden flecks in the House of Hades not sparkling. Fixed an issue where infernal troves could be activated twice. Fixed visual issues where chill effects could make other visual effects too bright. Fixed combat messages not playing correctly when foes are slain by falling rubble. Fixed passion shot, Aphrodite, sometimes getting blocked unexpectedly. Fixed companion Fidi, Dusa, summon becoming trapped outside of the environment versus Tisiphone. Fixed an issue where losing a Death Defiance while fishing froze you in place. Fixed Heaven's Vengeance, Zeus, not interacting correctly with Vengeful Mood, Zeus and Ares. Fixed Prophecy Foretold notifications playing invisibly while choosing a boon. Fixed visual effects while using Rocket Bomb, Daedalus Rail. Fixed Companion Rib, Skelly, sometimes summoning in a spot inaccessible to the tiny vermin. Fixed damage fall-off effect not playing on small life bars. Fixed stun reaction presentation occurring while immune to stun effects. Fixed a visual issue where aspect of Beowulf and aspect of Rama attack sparkles become disjointed. Fixed boon listings sometimes getting stuck in the boon info screen while using rare crop Demeter. Fixed instances of incorrect button prompts displaying using certain controllers. Many other minor fixes. Quote of the patch. The labyrinth was then built by an eminent master craftsman, Daedalus, who had obscured all guiding marks and designed it to cheat the eye with bewildering patterns of tortuous alleys. Metamorphoses, Book 8, The Minotaur and Ariadne. Arvid, D. Rayburn translation.